Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Micro Investor, where we do technical analysis, price predictions, and news updates on many different cryptocurrencies every single day. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and picking up where we left off in the previous Bitcoin video. Now, what we got going on here with Bitcoin at this moment, we've been having this consolidation that has been going on for the past couple weeks here, and things have been consolidating pretty nicely, just moving sideways, and we're still waiting for that possibility, given an attempt here to see a potential breakout to come as we're just right there within our 20-day moving average at the moment. We have support right there, and there's this hopeful possibility that we could be breaking through that 50-day moving average, which is sitting at a price that's around $17,700 to do such a thing. So right now, being at around $17,200, we're getting closer to making that attempt, but we still haven't succeeded doing such a thing. But after we do pass that 50-day moving average, there is a possibility that we could see a price pump that could take us right up into that 100-day moving average, just like what we're seeing just before the whole FTX fallout had taken place, where Bitcoin was making that attempt to get over that 100-day moving average. It had gotten up there right after it pumped through that 50-day moving average. And then, of course, the FTX fallout had happened and it didn't succeed. So now we're just getting ready to make that attempt again to break through that 50-day moving average, hopefully crossing my fingers with that one. So as far as things here are looking, though, as we can see, as we did have this FTX fallout, we did go into a new 52-week low back in the third week of November, and since then we've seen a little bit of a price movement to the upside, and that could possibly be the bottom, but of course no guarantees. We could be expecting a potential another leg down as a possibility for Bitcoin to see. But if we were to pan back here a little bit and just look at Bitcoin, more so from where it had gone from its all-time high that it had back in November of 2021, and how it had come down within these 5 waves within this falling wedge pattern here. And recently we had seen it break through this falling wedge, and now what we're seeing after we had just seen this new 52-week low, we're seeing this transition here with a possible new bullish pattern that could be forming, is what I'm hoping that we're seeing. So as far as what we're seeing so far after we had reached this newest 52-week low, we're seeing a price movement that doesn't for sure give us any sort of certainty that we have reached the bottom, but it was a nice price movement. If we look at where we did bottom out of that 52-week low and where we're at currently, that was a price movement so far that was about 11%. So decent size price movement that we have seen over these last few weeks. Nice to see that with Bitcoin, but of course, that's no guarantees that we did officially reach a bottom there, and that the fifth wave to the downside is complete. But as far as the way things have played out within the whole FTX fallout, we did see that come down in 5 waves. So at least we have that going for us right now. So that could be a possibility, but also we have to, of course, pay attention to how things did play out within this wave 5. And we need that certainty that we did come down within 5 waves of that, which we can say we did as well, especially if we were just to count the waves just right. If we were to say that from this point to this point was our wave 1, our wave 2, and if we were to call the price movement to the downside here our wave 3, this be our wave 4, which would still be not crossing within our wave 1, and then this be our wave 5. Of course, we're talking about those sub waves there within the fourth or the fifth wave. Sorry. So there's a possibility that we did complete that, that would add up right. So very hopeful that this could end up turning into something here as we are moving in the correct direction that we would need. Now, as far as how things are going here, I'm very hopeful that we're going to be possibly hitting this price prediction here. I was originally hoping that we would see this recovery from the whole FTX fallout happen sometime around Christmas, maybe a possible Santa rally, but not 100% sure we're going to get that, of course. So I'm thinking if I move this just a little bit further out and hope that sometime within the month of January at least, that we will start to see a correction here. There could be a possibility that could happen, especially if we were to pump through that 50-day moving average. Now, the other thing here is, as we have this 200-day moving average coming down right now, that's lining us right up. We're into a good spot where possibly by the time we do get into January, that we will have that 200-day moving average lined up at a price of around $20,000. So if that's going to be the case, if that's where it's going to be sitting, then we could be seeing the possibility of Bitcoin actually being able to attempt to break through it by that time, if we were just to recover just right where we were just as the whole FTX fallout was taking place. So that's one possibility. And last time the Bitcoin had been above that 200-day moving average, that was back in the beginning of April, just as we had gotten into the second quarter of 2022. So it's been a long time for Bitcoin to actually have an attempt there to try to get over that 200-day moving average. And if it did, that could be a great opportunity to see such a thing play out. But of course, we'll just have to see how things do line up here. Very hopeful that we might be able to see something start to happen here, especially if this is the start of a wave one from these much larger wave impulses. If that's the case, then that would be a really great opportunity to start accumulating even more Bitcoin, if that was to be the case. Now, as far as this price prediction here, very hopeful that we'd be able to see Bitcoin do a recovery, hopefully in the month of January, as we look at the way that the transition here within the price going up. As far as this is going, there could be a possibility that we could just line right up in with that. If we look at the price movement from where we're at currently to that point, then we could be seeing a price movement that could be somewhere around 20% or between 20 and 25% to see that type of a price movement. So very hopeful that we'd start to see something like that with Bitcoin. Now, as far as how high do I think the price of Bitcoin could be going if we are, in fact, in that wave one to the upside of a brand new bullish pattern that, of course, I mean, this is going to take a lot of time to play out here. But since this would be a wave one, where could this be taking us? Would this take us up to around where our wave four was when we're coming down, or would it be a little bit higher? I would like to think that if we are going into a bullish pattern and we're moving away from all this bearish activity, and that at least we would for sure need to correct to where we're at within the whole FTX fallout. I would assume that we would even go beyond that. And I'm a bit bullish here. I know it's a bit wild, but I'm thinking somewhere within the range of possibly $30,000 or even possibly up to $40,000 as a possibility where we could be going within this wave one to actually see it complete. I think we could be going that high. But of course, I mean, keep in mind, the amount of time that it's going to take for Bitcoin to go up is going to be possibly a lot longer than the amount of time that it took a Bitcoin to come down. So it took us a little bit more than a year, or about a year, to get to the point where we possibly have completed the wave 5 down. I would say it could possibly be longer than a year to see Bitcoin to even complete a wave 3. So we still got to go with the wave 1. And we're going to have so many price movements. We could be seeing this all complete sometime possibly after the halving of 2024. So just to let you know, as far as how long would Bitcoin recover here and retrace where it was at within its all-time highs, I'm thinking 2023, hopefully a better year for Bitcoin. I think 2024, an even better year for Bitcoin. And I think that's where I'm projecting things to really start picking up. So I'm looking out more so 2 years out for Bitcoin to transition here. So keep that in mind. My price prediction in the short term here, as far as a recovery from the FTX fallout, might be pretty quick. But beyond that, I'm looking out even further. So do keep that in mind. But if you guys like content like this, you like a technical analysis in the way that I do it here on this channel, I know sometimes they're hit or miss, but I do these every single day. I talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum every single day, and many other altcoins as well. I do a decent amount of uploads in a single day. So if you like content like this, please do consider subscribing. And of course, a like does go a long way. So I'm going to leave it right here. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.